Hello, hello, hello. Once again, I'm out here in the garden. It's a nice day. It's about 60 degrees, early March. Things are slowly but surely coming along. I had a burst of energy yesterday. And so what I did, in anticipation of all of my plants sprouting and everything, I had a burst of energy yesterday, so I got my my garden beds together. This year, this is a raised bed garden, somewhat. Next year, I'm gonna try no-till sowing. So I basically put cardboard down, and I was gonna put around the edges, but I just decided to use this plastic around the edges to kill the grass closest to the bed. So I took the cardboard, laid it down first. This is an extension of my old bed. You can see where the cardboard starts right there. I had some small 4-foot by 4-foot beds, and I decided to make them a little bit longer. So that's what I did, and I put some cardboard down and extended the bed. So I I had a bunch of greens here last year. And so this is another one. And I had a bunch of greens. And so what I did was I pulled up all the greens, and I did leave, I chopped a lot of the greenery into the ground. But I just covered the outsides of the beds with plastic so as to kind of kill off some of the grass and weeds around the beds. And what I'm going to do, I'll take that up once I get ready to plant. And I'm going to, one of them came up right there. So what I'm going to do is cover this as well. I had a big, a garbage can full of banana water. And so I'm going to start over this year. And what I did was I dumped a lot of that old water out on the soil. And this is my compost with some manure. I have a little coffee grounds and eggshells and other composted materials and manure inside these, and mixed in with the dirt. So yesterday I just went ahead and I took the other boards up from the old bed here. I took those up. That's what was framing my beds. I took those boards up and just extended the beds and put the plastic down so as to kind of kill the grass. I'm going to put it in some places it's coming up. Put a few more bricks down to kind of make sure that grass gets stamped out around there. This is another bed that I have. This one was in the middle. It was split in the middle into two beds. And I took the bricks out and just made it one big bed. And this one was also a cinder block bed. And I took the cardboard, you can see around the edges, and I extended this bed as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have an actual trellis on the end here where I'm going to put cantaloupes. And this is going to be my watermelon mound. I'm going to put, it's been composted, and after, dig it up and everything, there was some onions that we kind of threw in there, and they grew. We were throwing them out, but they grew anyway. So they have survived the sub-freezing temperatures, and they're still growing. But this is going to be my watermelon mound. There's some more onion coming up right there. This is a lot of leaves, mulch leaves on top, but there is dirt and everything under there. We got some wild cabbage coming up. I'll get rid of a lot of that. But these are my 3 beds. I'm going to actually have some more beds over to the side where I have started putting down mulch. This was once a compost pile. I don't know if you can see this mound of leaves here. This was once a compost pile, and I will put more soil and compost, mulch on top of that. I'm going to plant here. I'm going to have another small bed here. I don't know if you can see the groupings of the leaves. And here, and I'm actually going to use the T-bar for my clothesline. I don't use the clothesline. I don't hang my clothes out here, but I'm going to use it as some sort of trellis fixture later on. But this is also going to be a small bed that's incorporated with that trellis. I'm going to have one right here, and I have one started here. So what I'm going to do is this is going to be shady over here, so I'm going to try to practice some shade gardening on this side. This tree has not flowered yet, but it will be soon. This will be shade over here, and that's my compost bin. I got that from an event, so I didn't want what they were giving away, so I wanted that because I could just see compost as soon as I drove up. So I wanted that. So that's my compost bin. It's a hard, see all my greenery and everything in there. I have to come in and fix and chop that up, but it has does let down. The sides let down, and I can get to it a little bit better right now. But either way, this is what I'm doing. As far as my yard, I'm gonna cover that dirt. I'm not gonna leave it uncovered, but I'm gonna cover the dirt. And right now, in the meantime, we got things coming up over here. That's onions, and that other tray over there, the black tray, is garlic, and this one I believe is radishes and spinach. In this little tray here. So I have these out here. They're already sprouting and coming up, in addition to my winter sowing jugs, in which I do have a lot of activity. I had to replant a lot of things, but I do have a lot of activity, and things are looking pretty good. I do come out and cover. This is some purple with some kale, but I do have a lot of things that are coming up, and I am anticipating getting ready to plant. I'm very excited. And yesterday I set out my blueberry bushes. They've been in the garage all winter. This is a blueberry bush. They actually the leaves and everything started coming on inside the garage, and so we set them out yesterday. This is a peach tree that we planted, and we did the wicking method in this tub. This is a wash tub from Walmart, so we do have a peach tree in there. And this is a blackberry bush. My mom, she did not want to throw it away, but I don't think it's much going to come from that. This is an overwintered eggplant that I had. And this is an overwintered. I just took the leaves back off of that. I want to see if they're gonna come back. But this is an overwintered jalapeno pepper. But that's the eggplant. And over here is another blackberry bush. And I came out this morning and I noticed that there were a bunch of little bitty green specks on there. I don't know if you can see up close. You can see all the little green specks. I believe those are aphids or some sort of pest. But I had also found a colony of ladybugs that were inside of a blanket in my shed. When I opened the blanket up to cover my winter sowing jugs, there were about 10 ladybugs in there. So I don't know if you can see that or not, but I've been keeping them in this jar. I went online and it said to put holes in the jar. So these have been in the jar about a month, and I read where they live off of their the fat that they have stored. Ladybugs have fat, but I have about 4 more, and they're ready and raring to go out. And what I did was, I figured this would be a good time to release them. And I'm hoping you can see that on that plant there. right there. I just took them out of the jar and coaxed them onto the plant, and they have not moved in the last 30 minutes or so. So they went right to work. One of them flew off. I released 3 initially. One of them flew off, but when I came back, I noticed that there were 4. The other one came back. I guess he said there was no food out there anywhere. So he was going to come back to where there was food. So I'm hoping I can't really see outside, but there are 2 ladybugs on this section. And I have some more. I said I was going to buy some, but at the time I was like, there's no need to buy any because I don't have anything set out where. Now I do. And I have a pest problem because these have only been out for like 2 days. And they were immediately attacked by aphids or whatever sort of pest this is. And so what I did was I just released the ladybug onto the blackberry bush. I'm going to release the rest of them as well so that they can also get out, stretch their legs, the little wings and everything, and eat too. So I just take a stick and or a leaf. It's easier to do it with a leaf, something that's a little bit wider. And I just set them on the plant. And like I said, they've been out about an hour, and they have only one of them moved, and I see that he did come back. So it looks pretty clear to me. I don't have my I can't tell, it's a glare out here, but I'm hoping you all can see the ladybugs. And I just, like I said, this aphid infestation or whatever type of pest this is, I didn't really see it online, so I just decided to go get the ladybugs, since I had about 10 or 12 of them. Like I said, they were all in a little huddle in the blanket, inside my shed, and I found out that I guess they have to go somewhere. So they were in there hibernating for the winter, and I just scooped them all up. I went out there because I didn't want them to get away, and I immediately scooped them up and kept them. And so, like I said, I think I have about 4 more in here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to release them all on this one plant. And if they take care of this plant for me, I will go and get them some more cousins or brothers and sisters, and release them into the garden once I have more plants. And that's one reason that I'm growing my flowers, trying to sprout my flowers along with the vegetables and my herbs. I want to be able to have everything more or less come along together. So I do have a lot of the greens, of course the cold hardy vegetables, they are coming out. And so I have a lot of the greens and everything coming out. But I'd also, I did plant some tomatoes. And I would really like for my herbs and my other items to sprout along with those as well. So I actually have run out of jugs. This is some purslane in there. And so I ran out of jugs. This is cilantro. And I know I have several, I started several jugs of basil. And so what I really do want to set out everything all at once. And this is my little fig tree. It was very, very droopy until I came out here and put it in the soil. So it literally, the leaf was just bent all the way in a U shape. So it is standing up now. standing up a little bit more. And I don't really expect a lot out of it this year, but it is growing. And the garlic seems to be doing very well. Actually, this was not even out, and it literally just popped out yesterday while I was out here in the garden. So right now, that is the state of everything. I'm gonna cut the yard, but I want it where I can't get a lawnmower back here. And that empty space in front of those beds will be tomatoes and peppers. But right now, that's just how I have my garden beds arranged. And I'm going to take the plastic up later, but right now, I'm just trying to kill out some of the grass around them. And I will have to probably come out here with a weed eater of some sort to, you know, keep it down some more. But that's just what that is for right now. So this is basically my little progress video. Like I said, I did have a burst of energy yesterday, and I did all of this yesterday in probably about 3 hours, two and a half hours, I believe, as I was trying to get ready to go to work. And so this is it. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Spring is coming, and happy growing.